All right, I am live. Hey, Money Planners. This is Malika's Money Plan Mondays. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry, I'm about 2 minutes late this afternoon. Technical difficulties. Again, I'm still trying to figure out how to master this live, but I am here. And if you don't know, we go live every Monday around 1 o'clock, and we just talk for a quick 10 to 15 minutes about a financial topic to just make sure that you are feeling the most confident as you possibly can about your finances. So I'm Moika. I am a certified money coach, and I'm the founder of Women Who Money Plan. If you are not aware yet, as a money coach, I help women to better understand money, their relationship with it, and to create plans in order to meet the financial goals that they have and to live their financial life the way that they really want to. All right, so with Women Who Money Plan, we're not just about financial literacy and financial basics. We also really want to help our clients have the mindset where they feel confident in their ability to handle their finances and all things money, where they feel that anything that comes their way financially, they have the skills to be able to handle it, and that they have that mindset that's going to take them from maybe like a broke mindset to a growth mindset, where they are thinking about the bigger picture, thinking about building wealth, generational wealth, financial freedom, all of those things. So I really like to help my clients to have that bigger growth mindset. And so lately I've been talking a little bit more about the mindset of a woman who money plans. I developed the 8 qualities of a woman who money plan. Last week we talked about accountability and how being accountable for your finances is so important. So today's topic we're going to talk about is called remembering your why. The reason that you are doing this in the first place, the reason that you are watching this live about money, the reason that you joined Women Who Money Plan Facebook group, the reason that you might have hired a financial coach, and that you're striving to change your finances. All right, so let's get to my notes. Here we are. Okay, so we all know the quote about the definition of insanity, and it talks about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting no different results is the definition of insanity. So many of you have been handling money on your own as an adult for many, many years. You probably have a lot of the same financial habits that you've been doing for years. You probably spend similarly how you've always spent, maybe use credit cards in the same way you've always done it, maybe have savings or don't have savings because it's typically the way that you've always done it. And so one thing to think about is the way that you're currently doing things, is that working for you? Is that providing you with the results that you want to see? Or are you feeling frustrated with where you're at currently with your finances? Are you feeling like you wish things would be different, but you've been doing the same thing this entire time, you're not quite sure how to change? And if we want to stop with the insanity, right, we're going to have to start doing some things differently. And it's important to first determine if there is anything that you do want to change about your finances. So wanting to change something doesn't necessarily mean that you're in crisis. I think some people think that if you are looking for help with your finances, that means you're in crisis mode, you can't pay your bills, and your lights are going to get turned off, or you might get evicted in just like this horrible, dire situation. And that's not always the case by any means. Sometimes there just might be 1 or 2 aspects of your finances that you want to improve. It might be, you might be in a pretty good situation, but you just want it to be better. And that is a great thing to consistently want to improve. So examples of things you might want to change. Maybe you want to reduce your debt, increase your savings. Maybe you want to put more money toward your kids' college education, or you want to start investing or invest more than what you're currently investing. Maybe you want to improve your spending habits. You want to feel better about how much money you're spending on like your personal shopping habits and things like that. So just wanting a better system for how you organize your finances is another thing. Maybe you just feel like your finances are a little scattered and you kind of don't truly understand like how much money you have coming in and where your money is going, and you're feeling like you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you just kind of want to change that habit that you've been on, that cycle that you've been on. So all those things are things that you might want to change, but it's also important to know, why do you want to change those things? Why is it a big deal to pay off your debt? Why does it matter if you start saving? And how would doing those things affect your life? Paying off debt in itself is just this arbitrary thing. It's this number that you see on the computer screen that you owe, and then you're putting money towards it, but what does that actually mean for your life? What does that change? And so that's when you start really thinking about your why. So for example, If you were to pay off your debt, what would that mean for you? Would that mean that you then have more money that can go towards taking a class that you wanted to take and you want to learn more about, let's say, photography? But if you could pay off that debt, that means that you then have money available to do that photography class you wanted to do. If you had savings built up, would that mean that you're not feeling stressed and worried about your car breaking down because you know your car is older and you've been freaking out about the fact that, oh my gosh, it's on its last leg, it might break down? But if you have savings to be able to pay for it to get fixed, would that reduce your stress? Another reason that you might want to build up savings is maybe just to feel more comfortable with ensuring that your bills are paid each month. Maybe every month you're kind of wondering, like, where am I going to get the money to pay these bills? And so it could reduce your stress, help you be able to sleep better at night. Everyone's why is going to be different. It might be the same goal. Like, you might have 10 different people that want to pay down debt or 10 different people that want to build savings, but the reason for that, your why, is going to be personal to your life. And you have to think about, what is it that's actually being affected by this situation that you want to change, and how will your life look differently once you make those changes? Like I said, it's going to really depend on each individual person on what their why is going to be. And it's going to be personal, right? So tips to discovering your why. First, you're going to want to write down what your actual goal is. Pay off $5,000 of debt, build up $10,000 in savings, whatever your actual goal is. Reduce spending on Amazon purchases or whatever. And then next to each goal, think about how your life will be different if you accomplish this goal. What does that mean to you? What does that look like for your family? What does that look like for you moving forward if you were to accomplish this goal? And that's the why, right? There's a goal and then there's a reason, the reason why this is important. And the why is honestly more important than the goal. The goal is kind of just an arbitrary thing, this task that has to get done. But the why is how your life is going to actually change when you do this goal, when you complete this goal and accomplish it. And the why is what's going to keep you motivated. Whenever we start something new, it's the excitement of something new that kind of is that motivation. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. I signed up. I'm about to make all these changes. Just like, the beginning of a new year, right? We get all excited in January. Oh yeah, new me. I'm about to get this, right? And then the motivation starts to wear over time. It just starts to become like a lot more routine, and you start getting a little bit bored, and you start to lose motivation. And this is why the why is so important, because you have to remember your why to stay motivated, to stay focused, because that arbitrary goal of paying off debt isn't exciting, right? That in itself doesn't feel life-changing. But when it's more focused on you and your specific situation, that's going to have a lot more motivation to it. So if your why is, I really want to go back to school and take this course, and I can't do that until I pay off this debt, the ability to take that course is going to be a lot more motivating for you, right? So ways that you can keep your why at the forefront is write it down. First of all, always have it written down somewhere, and then have it somewhere that you can reference it regularly. So maybe hanging on your bathroom mirror, maybe hanging on your refrigerator. You can screenshot it and have it on an image on your phone. You can write it on a Post-it note and put it on your computer screen. Somewhere you can see that visually and have that reminder of why you are doing this and why you need to stay motivated to keep at it, to keep with, going towards your goals. And a lot of times if you have a coach, telling your coach your why, the reason that you're having the goals, some of these goals is really helpful, because we can help to hold you accountable. When it starts getting harder and you start being a little less attentive and a little less strict with how you are working towards your goals, we can remember, we're doing this for this reason. This is the reason we have this goal. This is the reason we're setting these spending plans and reducing our spending in these areas. So having someone that can help you to stay accountable to your why and your goals is really important in helping to stick through, because the process of meeting financial goals is not linear. It's not like I decide I'm going to change my finances and you just go in the straight line. Oh, I'm changing my finances, and boom, I did it. It never goes that way, right? It's like you make the decision to change your finances, and then you might do really well for a little bit, and then you have a slump and something happens and it goes bad, and then you might do a little better and then it goes up. It's just like this bumps and curves. It's like a roller coaster. It's not a straight line. And what happens is when we hit those lows, when we hit those bumps, those roadblocks, when something unexpected pops up, it can really throw us off track. track. And what's important is to not let it completely derail your progress, right? It might stop you for a second or it might set you back a little bit, and that's okay. That's normal. It's to be expected. But if you can just stick true to you remembering your why, that's going to help you to get right back on track and to keep going up and getting your way towards your goals. Okay, don't get distracted when those road bumps happen. To stay really cognizant of remembering your why, and that's going to keep you going. Okay, so I gave all the tips about writing it down, keeping it somewhere that you can see it. Another one is a vision board. Obviously, at the end of the year, I know a lot of people do vision boards for their new year. You can have one specifically for your finances and what you want that to look like. So let's say your why is because you really want to travel and see the world more. A vision board that has images of the places that you want to go can be a lot more motivating than just saying, I'm going to pay off my debt and build savings. Make it specific to your situation and why you are doing this. If you want to talk more about figuring out your why and how to connect them to the goals that you have, you can always post in our Facebook group, Women Who Money Plan Facebook group. I would love to have these discussions in there with people figuring out their why, and I would love to learn more about your why. You can always post it in the comments here, your reason for doing things. And then also, obviously, you can schedule a free consultation call with me, and we can talk a little bit more about your goals, your why, and how you can get there. Usually a little bit faster if you have a coach. If you have somebody helping you to guide you in your plan, you can get to your goals faster than if you're trying to do it on your own. So again, I hope this is helpful. I hope you take some time, especially this new year, the new year starting, take some time to think about your goals for 2024 and think about your why. It's so important. Don't forget to remember your why and the reason that you have these goals and you're setting these goals. And a lot of times the why is, yes, there's going to be stuff for ourselves, but a lot of times it's not even about us. It might be about our kids and about our family. So think outside of just yourself sometimes. Maybe it's a why because of something for your community, right? It can be something way bigger than yourself. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. So I just encourage you to think outside the box when you are thinking about your why. I hope this was helpful. I will not be doing a live the next 2 Mondays. Next week is Christmas, and then the week after that is New Year's Day. So I will not be live the next 2 Mondays. So the next time I see you, it will be January 8th, and we will be in the year 2024. So until then, happy holidays, happy New Year. I really hope this was helpful. Comment below, let me know your thoughts, and tell me your why. I would love to hear it. Take care. And I will post, real quick, I'll post links to the Facebook group in the comments, and I will post a link to schedule a free consultation in the comments. And I've mentioned it before, but this is actually my last week of free consultations for this year. So if you wanted to get a consultation in 2023, make sure you get into my calendar ASAP, because there's not a lot more time left to see me for this year for the free consultation. Again, happy holidays, and talk to you next year.